You have it. Say amen.
Acts
If it's your custom
28,
to stand, do so.
1.
Amen. And when they were escaped, then they knew that the island was called Malta. And the barbarous people showed us unusual kindness. For they kindled a fire and received us every one because of the present rain and because of the cold. And when Paul had gathered a bundle of sticks and laid them on the fire, there came a viper out of the heat and fastened on his hand. And when they saw the venomous beast hang on his hand, they said among themselves, "No doubt this man is a murderer, whom, though he hath escaped the sea, yet vengeance suffereth not to live." And he shook off the beast into the fire, and felt no harm. Howbeit, they looked when he should have swollen or fallen down dead suddenly. But after they had looked a great while and saw no harm come to him, they changed their minds and said that he was a god. Give God glory for the reading of the word. Tell your neighbor, I serve an intentional God. So whatever happened, understand it happened on purpose. And I know we serve an intentional God. We serve a God that is purposeful. We serve a God to the point that he took the time to design everything just for our arrival. And before he allowed us to enter in, he preordained and predestined our outcome.
All right.
I recall he is the author and the finisher. He's the beginning and the end. He is Alpha and Omega. He designed our life course before he set us in it.
All right.
So one thing I come to realize is it's not about me and it's not about you.
All right. That's right.
And so the purpose of your life is far greater than your own personal fulfillment.
All right.
And your own peace of mind or even your happiness. Tell somebody he's intentional.
He's intentional.
And so as I began to read, I recall Pastor Rick Warren in the book of Purpose Driven Life.
All right.
He summed it up really well for us. He says that no matter what mountaintop moment we have, no matter what our valley experiences bring us, we often frequent in life. He says whatever existential experiences we often find ourselves in, whether good, whether bad, or indifferent. Warren reminds us of a greater eternal reality. Says that whether we have these experiences, he simply stated, is not about us.
All right.
So God, in his sovereignty, has a way of taking the different events and experiences of our life and putting them to work. And we must understand that when they become working in our lives, that they're for a greater than us moment.
All right.
And so no matter how accidental or incidental, no matter how arbitrary or contrary it may seem, everything that transpires in the life of the children of God happens on purpose.
All right. All right.
What has happened in our life that seems to be unreasonable or inexplicable sometimes is just unique to us. Says it seems to devoid of intention and meaning, but he reminds us that he's intentional. And so it behooves us as our relationship with Christ not to brag about the success that we've had.
All All right.
or to be sad or down about struggles that we endure.
All right. Help me.
Whatever has happened to you is significantly more important than you. Knowing that God has allowed it to transpire in your life for a specific purpose. He's intentional. Whatever God allows to transpire in our life, He allows it to happen sovereignly and providentially. And there's two reasons God will allow us to go through the things that we go through in life. Says for the purpose of either making God bigger or making others better. It's not about you. Whatever you have gone through, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's ugly, whether it's indifferent, whether you like it or not, God has allowed it to happen because He wants to be glorified in it, and He wants others to be edified by it.
All right. That's all right. Come on now.
So it brings me to the story of Joseph in Genesis in chapter 50. Joseph now faces his brothers who betrayed him. They sold him into slavery, and they led him to being in prison. He was even falsely accused, and ultimately being second in command in Egypt. God is intentional. So he faces the same brothers and has the opportunity for revenge. But tell somebody it was for a greater purpose. And so Joseph had to let them know that I understand that you meant it for evil. But God meant it for my good. Because God had already determined my end before He let me enter in. He had already determined that when I gave Joseph the dream, that everybody wasn't going to be on your side. Joseph just didn't know it would be some people that was close to him. While we're in life going through and we see that there's things that we want to do, and we understand that there are visions and dreams that God has given us, and we feel we can share these with some of our closest ones, we have to understand that while they won't understand, they might not even like how I played it out and laid it out, but God had a purpose for my vision. He had already preordained what was going to happen to Joseph before it even happened. He had already situated the brothers with the mindset to come against him. And what they didn't understand was, understand you may feel like you on top now, God. But you ought to tell somebody it's for my good. And so we understand that while it becomes lackadaisical for some of us to say in the shadow of the verse that you meant it for bad, but God meant it for good. But if we continue to understand the story of Joseph, he even says God allowed it to happen. If we get past that part and keep reading, God allowed it to happen so that this day many lives would be saved through me. So while you're going through, understand the purpose is greater than you. And so Joseph came to realize that what happened to him was significantly more important to him that he would be the one to say that God gave me the vision because he knew I would need the provision later for those that put me in prison. He knew you would need to have the provision because God already knew the famine was going to be taking place. But the same ones that sold you in slavery, the same ones that talked about you, the same ones that counted you out, the same ones that didn't want anything to do with you, the same ones that said it'll never happen are the same ones you're going to be the one to make provision for. So whatever pain you may experience ourselves. So here we have in Acts 28, Luke gives us a look at a lesson of life and faith. It seems to be insignificant, and it seemed to be arbitrary and incidental. But the more we look at it, we realize this happens for a purpose that is far greater than Paul. Yeah. And so we understand here, just like Joseph, Paul is a prisoner as well. And he was headed to Rome to stand trial before Caesar. Understand that Paul was on a journey. If we go back to chapter 27, Paul was to go to Rome to face charges in front of Caesar. But one thing we must realize, while we are on our way somewhere else, God has an incident or has a purpose that we may run into while we are on the way to where he's sending us to. So while Paul gets in the ship and already told them, listen, this is not the season to go out and sail. They said, we're going to sail anyhow. Some of us, God told us to go left. We chose to go right. Some of us, he told us to stand still. We felt like we had to move. And so God says, while you move out of order, while you decided to do what I told you not to do, I still have your purpose ahead of you. Lord have mercy. So we look at it, Paul was on the ship with over 200 and some other passengers, and they were sailing to Rome, and because they didn't heed Paul's warning, they ran into a storm. And understand, when I studied the storm was that of the worst hurricane you could probably encounter. And one thing we must realize, while we're sailing through life, you may encounter some storms that seem like you're not going to make it. The storm looks as if it'll take you out. You thought you couldn't swim, but understand that God said, I designed you to float. So while they thought you were going to drown in the waters of life, God got you floating on the glory of God. God got you surviving and they can't even see how you surviving. But one thing I learned, God will take the simple things and confound the wise. And so while they were in the storm, Paul just simply fell asleep. Doesn't that sound like Jesus? When they were on the boat, they wanted to know why he was asleep. Well, Paul went to sleep, and there was an angel that came to speak to Paul and let Paul know, listen, while you are here, understand that you will not die in the storm. Understand that Malta is not your final destination. While you got to endure the storm, and while they're looking for you to drown in the storm, understand it's not your final destination. He says, I have a purpose for you, and Malta is not it. So, since Paul went on and they got in this storm, and the storm began to rage, and they began to see that as they were going, the ship began to fall to pieces. Understand, everybody didn't know how to swim. Everybody don't know the same words you know. Everybody don't go to your church. Everybody ain't been in church. But guess what? They got something that'll get them over. And while those that knew how to swim, they continued to swim on the shore. But there was some that said, I may not know how to swim, but I hold on to this piece till I make it safely to the other side. There's somebody that says, I'm barely holding on. But one thing I know about God, he said he'll never leave me nor forsake me. I might not have obeyed him then, but God don't change his mind concerning me. So sometimes we gotta thank God for some people that's even on our boat. It says that while they made it to the other side, they encountered some people when they got there, and it seemed like these people were really for them. But whenever somebody stand around you waiting on you to fall, you better reconsider their purpose in your life, because they were standing there waiting. Lord have mercy. Because when they got the fire going and the snake came out and bit him, they surely was looking for him to die. You ought to tell somebody, because I got bit doesn't mean I'm gonna die. So sometimes in life we have to understand that you might get bit. Do I have any people out there that say I've been bitten? But one thing about it, everybody that got bit ain't bad. Understand that Paul was not doing anything wrong. He hadn't done anything immoral. He was not doing anything that was out of order. that you ain't expecting. But while you don't expect it, I know a God that says, I already predestined the course. I already knew the viper would be in the wood. I already knew you were going to put your hand there. And what I did was I had a shield of protection that no matter what bit you, it would not kill you. No matter what came against you, I lifted up a standard on your behalf. That's why you didn't lose your mind. That's why you're still here. That's why the cancer didn't take you out. That's why the diabetes didn't kill you. That's why the accident I tell somebody I've been bitten, but I made it. So we must understand that sometimes in life we may get bit, but understand the bite is not going to kill us. And so when we look here, we come to find out that through everything and wherever we may be right now, we can surely say, this is not my final destination. I believe in my mind, Paul began to remember the angel came to him, and he remembered what the angel said. And if I believe the word of God, I understand that where I am is a temporary place. But I serve a God that's eternal. And I serve a God that will not lie, cannot lie. And he's not the son of man that he shall. And so therefore, if God said, I gotta make it to Rome, I know this snake bite won't take me out. Trust me, the venom went in. But the venom was not designed to kill him. And so while the venom may be in, God said, I'm just producing something when you get to the other part. And so while we look at it, he says, what you're going through right now, it may feel like life is biting you. It may feel like you're not going to make it out. Yes, the kids are acting up. Maybe the car did get repossessed. Maybe the marriage is not working. Maybe you're going through financially. But he says, listen, even though you're going through, I'm already predestined. If you go back to Jeremiah, he said, before I formed you in your mother's womb, before I let your dad meet your mom, before you were a God's zygote, already out there, he said, I already made provision. While you're going through, it says, still come and lift up your hands and say, I still give God praise. I learned how to praise him in season and out of season. I learned how to tell him, God, for you I give the glory. I learned how to tell him, to you God be all the glory. To you God be all the honor. I still come with a mind of expectation. I still come believing, God, that you said, God, I am the head and not the tail. I am a lender and not a borrower. The blessings of the Lord make me rich and add no sorrow. When God said a thing, that settles it. God, you said that I'm more than a conqueror in Christ Jesus. And that God keeps me moving. That God keeps me going. And I understand that it happened on purpose. Happened on purpose. So we must understand that God will fulfill whatever he spoke over your life. So when he does, it's a matter of saying, what is it, God, that I need to do? And so he said, I'm reminded of a song that says, trouble don't last always. And though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I don't have to fear any evil. Now that I know, God, everything that happens, it happens on purpose. And so I realize that though the weapon may form, it will not prosper. You ought to tell somebody it happened on purpose. And so I choose to believe that no matter what comes my way, no matter what happens from this day forward, I know that this is not my final destination, because God gave me a dream, and I'm going to hold fast to the dream that God gave me. I'm going to believe God at his word, and no matter what it looked like, no matter what comes my way, I'm going to give God what he purposed me to do. I was created to give God praise. I was created to bless his name, and I know that there is a purpose even for this. I don't understand it. I don't like the way it looks. Okay?